Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts, over on the other side of the farm. There's the junkyard way up yon. But we had started last year, as you've seen some of my videos, if you've been following me for a little bit, cutting all the cedar trees and stuff down through here. And the reason we left the stumps up is if I get a dozer in here, it's easier for them to hang into them and try to push them up. And I'm wanting to lower, see, it's like below the road down there, and then it's above the road right through here. So I want to get a dozer once the stumps is gone and bring this dirt down this way to level this spot out more, so that there's still a good ditch line, but at the same time it'll be easier to mow and keep clean, and it'll give me some extra feel back down this way. So Peg and Felicia started on these other trees. Now a couple of them had to fall this way just because of the way they were leaning and the ice storms and damaged stuff, but we're going to we'll turn them around, and that big spot down yonder, right down there, we'll drag one down and cut, like, I say log, but they're not really logs, but they're bigger than a post, up to where the green stuff is. Saw that off and move them out of the way, and we'll just leave the tops, because you get to handling cedar, man, they're so sticky. So if we can just cut them posts off, drag them out of the way, we'll stack up 3 or 4 tops, burn them, because they'll burn fast. And once that's kind of cleaned up, we'll drag some more down. But I like this little spot of land up here. It's got some potential for something cool, and it's not really going to be around the garage or the junkyard or even the cabin or nothing. Now, there was a potential another cabin spot, but what I'm thinking is, you know, my line goes right over in here, is if we get this, all these stumps gone, and we get that cut down a couple, 2 or 3 feet, and brought that way. You ever seen a one-legged man running a chainsaw? That's old peg leg. So we do that and kind of level out this spot. So now, with the possibility of the state buying out where we live and the spec house that I've been working on, if that happens and the money's is right, I may take and buy the spec house back. It's about 900 square feet. It's a little 2-bedroom brick, but everything's in it's new. I basically gutted it and redone it. Plumbing, the electric, the heat and air, the kitchen cabinets, the windows, everything. So it's only about 1.5 miles out the road. So if all this dozer work's done and everything, and they get us bought out, I can come in here and put a new driveway in and bring that little brick house out here and set it up over here and use it more of a kind of an Airbnb. If somebody just wants to spend a night or two or something, I don't want to have a tenant that I have to deal with all the time, that then you have to turn around and they'll tear your house up. But you like do a little Airbnb, or if a family member, you know, needs to spend the night somewhere or whatever, you know, just have it here. And if, like, which my parents are both gone, but her parents are getting older, so, you know, even if, like, they come over here and spent a week or two, and we helped watch them and take care of them, and then they went back to their house because her brother lives pretty close to them over there, and, you know, we split up the time and stuff. It would just be handy to have, and I wouldn't have a ton of money in it once they buy me out, and then I get it back and move it. So but I want to get all these cedar trees cut. Now his little saw probably ain't going to handle that one, but that's okay, we can get it a little bit later. But we're just getting these while the weather's nice and get them drugged down to that one burn pile that we burned a lot of brush from. But man, when I bought this place, you couldn't even see the road hardly in here. It was so thick, and we got all that tore out. Even when I had my mower, you know, when I first bought it, I could get the mower about right in here and had to turn and come back at it. It was just all really growed up pretty thick. So it's slowly but surely coming along. You know, it's a lot sometimes, you know, because it all costs money, but to buy more cars, more inventory, pay bills, you know, take care of the other stuff that you have to take care of, pay your help, and be able to work on the place. So we just try to do a little bit along the way, but we've had it about 3 years now, and there's a video when I first bought it. I kind of was standing down where the gate's at now and done some stuff, but it has came a long way. All the roadsides up through there was all grown up, and there goes another big one. Look out, Peg. But you know, all down the roads was all grown up, and this was just where cattle grazed, and I just took my mower and started mowing and picking up rocks, and you know, we just kept picking up and moving, and it slowly has started coming together. People's like, what kind of grass did you sow? And I ain't sow nothing, I just been mowing it. But anyway, this is kind of another thing I wanted to get done, so we can hopefully start, you know, of course I know we're gonna get bad weather again because winter's not over with, but right now it's 60 something degrees, and I finally took off my jogging pants and pushed my insulated socks down and swapped out my boots for some shoes. It is getting hot out here today, but it's, you know, it's exciting to get some of this stuff cleaned up, and what, like I said, I get a dozer back in here hopefully, you know, by this spring, here in the next 8 weeks or something like that, and get all these stumps and stuff pushed out and down over the hill, and then rework this so that we can see just how level it is and get some grass sown on it and all that, so it'll have time to come up. And then if this year is the year that the state buys me out, then I'll negotiate the deal on buying the little brick house back, and start talking to some moving companies and see what they charge to bring it out here. And you know, all I got to do, the water's across the road, pop under, set me a meter. The septic tank, the biggest hurdle, the biggest obstacle would be the electric. It's over there. It runs down pretty far off the road. I'm kind of a stickler that if it's all possible, I want it underground. I don't like it in the air. So that would be the thing. It may cost some money unless I can get them to set a post over on their side next to the fence and get them to punch it under the road, like when they bring the water under. I don't know. There again, I'd have to talk to them. But if not, then they may have to set a pole over here, and I don't like that. I'd rather, and the landfill people ain't gonna care. That's on their property. So if I could get a post or a pole set over there, and then if I could get them, and I may have to pay for it, but come under the road with the electric. I mean, we're only talking about the house being right in here, so it ain't gonna cost a tremendous amount, but at the same time, and I gotta watch how I set the house up because of the end that the electric comes in on. I'm not necessarily thinking of facing the road per se, but there again, I'll have to cross that bridge whenever I get to it, if I get to it. It's just some thoughts, because I always thought something up here could work, and now that it's all getting cleaned up, I can kind of envision it a lot more. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about and working on. Anywho, I want to wrap it up. Please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a